It's a sad day, friends. A sad day. It's Captain Marvel. The end. The end of Captain Marvel has been prophesized by Marvel Comics. It is a sad day. Very, very sad. Before we get into that, though, the media is really aggressively going after YouTubers who perpetuated a rumor that Disney had lost faith in Captain Marvel. Now, when I covered that, I gave it a strong disclaimer that it seemed really unlikely, given that the Captain Marvel movie made a boatload of cash and that she was in Endgame, and Disney and Kevin Feige have a weird obsession with Brie Larson. It all seemed like bologna sauce. Huge shout out to this video sponsor, Manscaped.com. Many of you have reached out to me to let me know that you've started using their Crop Mop ball wipes and you love feeling clean, and those enjoying that area are also enjoying it. Well, now they also have the Perfect Package 2.0, which features the Plow 2.0. It's the very first safety razor I've ever used, and it's actually feeling really classy. Now, this package, of course, has all sorts of things from the Preserver to the Reviver. You get the Lawnmower 2.0, which is your waterproof electric trimmer. You get the Crop Preserver. This is your anti-chafing ball deodorant. You get the Crop Reviver, which is, of course, that ball toner and refresher, and the Magic Mat, which is a set of 3 disposable shaving mats. You also get the Shed and Manscaped boxers for free. They also have a replenishment plan that will keep you stocked with razors, and you save 25% on orders instantly versus the single product purchase. You get $137 worth of product for just $74.99. Subscribers also get new replacement blade refill for their trimmer delivered to their door every 3 months, entirely hassle-free. So head over to manscaped.com, use my promo code in the description below, and get those balls clean. But over the past few days, this article just dropped yesterday, the media is obsessed with trying to debunk this. Why does Captain Marvel receive so much controversy? Well, it's because of the adversarial relationship between the media and the fans, I think. It's pretty clear. It's the same thing we see with the Joker film. There's a definite group of Marvel and Star Wars fans who are super hardcore about the franchise. No doubt, the decades-long media onslaught of fan fiction and non-canon novels are the result of those who think they have a right to shift pop culture franchises to their own frames of mind. I don't know that it's a right. I think fan fiction is a work of compliment. It's saying, hey, I love this franchise so much, I want to add to it. In many cases, this means that certain groups who want to uphold certain political philosophy in America. What? No. What? Who? The only people I think that I can think of that have this ideological slant to whatever it is that they like in cinema is the blue check marks. It's not the fandom. Marvel and Star Wars are very vulnerable to this. If you see how certain people become attacked on social media, is speaking out against these anti-Marvel, anti-Star Wars groups. Maybe they don't hate the companies per se, yet they're going after certain directors and characters. Brie Larson and her Captain Marvel character are now one unfortunate example. Oh no, not $1 billion franchise. Oh no, people are not allowed to criticize $1 billion franchise. Look, and it's easily one of the weakest Marvel movies ever. Their own audience scores, and its spot in history is forgettable. Her role in Avengers Endgame, minuscule, forgettable, boring, stone-like. These are not words of somebody who hates Marvel. They are words of somebody who hates bad acting. You might have seen a recent headline floating around about the Marvel supposedly, quote, lost confidence in Larson and Captain Marvel, leading to them consider dropping her and the character from the MCU. Again, I never added any credence to this. I covered the story, but of course I knew given the money that Captain Marvel had made, I do think it's curious. It's quite curious, in my opinion, that Disney has not announced a sequel to this point when they've definitely announced plenty from Phase 4. I would have thought Captain Marvel would have been in Phase 4, but I guess not. Fortunately, we have various media services out there who will take the time to scope out the truth amid a bevy of what we can call real and fake news. Some fake headlines like this are being generated over at YouTube, where a few media outlets run with these stories, hence ending up in your news feeds. Well, because people enjoy YouTube. Look, I don't know if the YouTuber who put this out there had any evidence at all. I would say it's just as likely as any particular Hollywood insider putting out rumors. Inverse is one of the sources recently outing the source of this erroneous Captain Marvel story. They found out the place generating the false Larson headline was on the YouTube channel called Overlord DVD. Look, at no point in this article have you debunked it at all. You're just saying it's not true because you said so. That's the same level of validity that Overlord DVD had in his video. So the choice is, do I believe a website called cheatsheet.com, one that would take personal shots at a YouTuber? Or do I believe a YouTuber that says maybe they heard something? Hey, maybe he did hear it. Maybe the person that said it to him wasn't telling the truth. Who knows? But this website goes on to say, we're misogynist opinions about movie pop culture are a little too common. What we want to know is how the story from a controversial YouTube channel, it's not. That's just another word that old media, legacy media uses to discredit new media. Is they'll say you're controversial. They'll also say you're a provocateur. They don't really have anything to this point to debunk Overlord DVD's story other than personal attacks. What we want to know is how a story from a controversial YouTube channel ends up making it to national headlines. It also makes us wonder if Larson really wants to keep putting up with a contingent of male fans who thought she wasn't the right choice for Captain Marvel, Carol Danvers. Well, I think the screen tells you she was a terrible choice. I think her unlikableness outside of the Marvel Cinematic Universe is not unique to her. Many of the stars in the MCU are horribly unlikable people. You can look at the actors that play Captain America. It's insufferable. They're all terrible people in real life, from what I can tell. Robert Downey Jr.'s had his problems. So I don't think it's just that she's unlikable in real life, although that doesn't help. I think that she's just bad on camera. All of us at Cheat Sheet join in on condemning any media service upholding these Captain Marvel rumors. Well, that case, even sources like We Got This Covered have gone after it and pinpointed the original headlines. By the way, We Got This Covered is a clickbait website as well. However, there aren't nearly enough outlets reporting the truth. At no point, by the way, has this website provided any credible sources or any credible citations to just simply saying, no, it's not right. This is the only truth we know. Despite the above YouTube channel moving forward a theory Marvel wanted to pair Captain Marvel and Spider-Man to make her more likable. Some media sources think there could be kernels of truth to this, but we shouldn't assume any of it is truth without official confirmation. So the worst that this article does is say that there's a kernel of truth in what Overlord DVD has said. At no point did they actually debunk it. And this other article is exceedingly personal by a author, Corey Plant, who goes on to say many inflammatory things about Overlord DVD in this. And I gotta say, I'm not familiar with his YouTube channel, but at the same time, I doubt what this author is saying about him is correct. And it's the fact that they respond with such venom that makes me think that maybe there is a kernel of truth. Now, we've seen Marvel rolling out, promoting The End. Meanwhile, also announcing there is a spin-off. I'm surprised that Marvel draws women. I haven't seen Marvel draw a woman that looks like a woman in a long time. Look at that. Look at that. Captain Marvel's star, by the way, that's her name, she's not a star, lands her own Marvel series. Marvel Comics announced its newest superhero will headline a new limited series in January 2020. Announced this morning at the retailer panel at New York Comic Con, Star spins out of the pages of Captain Marvel with a new series written by Captain Marvel writer Kelly Thompson with an artist to be announced. The excitement surrounding Star has been really fun to watch, Thompson said in a statement, and there's still a big surprise coming in Captain Marvel 11 later this month. Well, we have the official end. Captain Marvel, The End. Marvel is delivering a new round of its The End series of books, which show a possible end to our favorite character stories. Past books delved into the ends for Spider-Man, Wolverine, Daredevil, and now Marvel has revealed a new series of entries that will focus on characters like Captain Marvel, Captain America, Venom, and Deadpool, and more. If you ever wondered how your favorite characters' journeys might end, this is definitely a one way to find out. With writers like Kelly Thompson, Joe Kelly, and Saladin Ahmed taking the helm, you know it will feel authentic. You can check out the official descriptions of the covers below. So if you ever want to experience the end of Captain Marvel, we have Captain Marvel The End. Number 1. It is described, 50 years ago, Carol Danvers went into the deepest reaches of the cosmos to spread peace and justice. She just hasn't seen a familiar face since. Whatever happened to the planet she once called home? Written by Kelly Thompson. Now, this is the author who also writes the Captain Marvel comic books. And by the way, the Captain Marvel books have been canceled and rebooted about a half dozen times, and that's not an exaggeration. I believe the number is 5 or 6. And we also know that the comic books are literally no indication of how the films will go. They're used occasionally to justify things by saying that they're lore. But at the end of the day, the comic book world is a shell of what it once was. It will absolutely never return to what it was. Perhaps it's one of those spaces that has been yet to be hit by the retro bug. But as things stand right now, even catchy titles like the end of Captain Marvel and multiple spin-offs seem exceedingly unlikely to move any more of this paper. In a world that's gone increasingly digital, in a world where the comic book stories are complete trash written by entry-level, intern-level folks who are more concerned making a name for themselves by their political leanings than writing good stories, comic books are dead. Captain Marvel looks like she is too, at least in the comic books, at least temporarily. Hope you enjoyed this video. We'll talk to you again real soon. Hey, thanks so much for watching this video, and I really hope you enjoyed it. Above, you'll find some links to watch more videos, as well as a nice big button to subscribe, which I hope you'll do. If you did enjoy it, make sure before you go that you leave a like and a comment on the video, because you are the #1 reason this channel continues to grow, and I appreciate you.